and welcome back. I'm gonna do another video. I think I'll headline these videos or title these videos my rambling reminiscing or reminiscence. I've just got back from London, actually spent the whole weekend in London. Went to see Green Day on the Friday night at London Olympic Stadium. And then on the Saturday night at the same stadium saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers, so completely buzzing from a fantastic weekend. Both bands were absolutely great along with the support acts. But following on from my last music memory video, which was the day I accidentally saw Queen, I was thinking especially over the weekend about the very first festival that I went to. And I think it's fair to call it a festival. Because nowadays, if you like heavy metal, you go to Castle Donington and you go to the Download Festival, because it is called Download nowadays. But back in the old days, it was called Monsters of Rock. And the very first time I was fortunate enough to go to this festival was 1985, when I was 17. And in those days, it was held on one day, and there was just the one stage, and you got between 5, 6, maybe 7 if you were lucky bands on. And myself and my best friend Ian Bell just used to go and see bands pretty much every week, but this was the first time that would have been to Monsters of Rock. And I'm very fortunate, I live in Burton-on-Trent, so Castle Donington's only about 16, 17 miles away. And we were in the pub the night before. I know, 17 in the pub drinking beer, how very naughty, different times. But really getting ourselves excited about what was going to be the following day and heading off to Castle Donington to our first festival, Monsters of Rock. And you know, Download nowadays is 4 stages held over 3 days, and there's lots and lots of bands on, you can't even count them. But on this particular day, in this particular year, which was 1985, the headline act was ZZ Top, and I've still actually got my program. I know it's all battered. I got this early on the day. We got into the arena. I was so excited, as I said, and I always used to buy the official program. And we went down the front, and this stayed up my shirt for the whole of the concert, so it got absolutely soaked with sweat, but it's still a fantastic memento. And inside you see the bands that were playing on that day. You got ZZ Top headlining, Marillion, Bon Jovi, Rat, Metallica and Magnum. So you think of the size of, well, ZZ Top, we know they're a big band, but Bon Jovi and Metallica, the size of those bands now and the success that they've had from that point onwards. And it is quite crazy that Metallica were second on the day. So you got Magnum coming on first, then Metallica, then Rat and Bon Jovi. I absolutely adored Rat, and they were the band that I really went to see. And at the time, Bon Jovi were touring their 70,800 Degrees Fahrenheit album. So they'd not even released Slippery When Wet by this stage. So I watched the first few bands, I enjoyed Magnum. Metallica were very heavy and very good, as you can imagine. And then I saw Rat and absolutely loved those. But it was only when Bon Jovi came on, and it's easy to say this after the event, but I genuinely mean it at the time. And they came on to Tokyo Road, absolutely blew the crowd away. Not all of the crowd, it has to be said. I think there's a few Metallica fans who threw bottles, apples. It was back in the days where, you know, you used to throw everything at festivals. It was allowed, it was okay. And I can remember John Bon Jovi hadn't been on the stage long, and he got this sort of army hat on and dancing along the stage, and somebody took his hat off with a perfect aim with an apple. But it didn't faze him, he carried on. But I think it's just a great reminder of how festivals have grown over the years, and you know how certainly the Castle Donington festival has transformed from being one stage with 2, 4, 6 bands to 4 stages and God knows how many bands that it is today. But yeah, as a 17-year-old lad, heading off to the hallowed ground of Castle Donington, my first Monsters of Rock, was such an exciting experience and something that will live on in the memory forever, because I got to see Rat, because I saw Metallica when they were, you know, second on the day, but then also because it was my first view of Bon Jovi, and I became an absolute Bon Jovi freak after that. I think I went to see them over the course of the next few years. I went to see them 10 or 11 times, right up to the New Jersey album, and kind of fell out of love with them after that. But in that early period of time, Bon Jovi first album, 7,800 Degrees Fahrenheit, Slippery When Wet, New Jersey, and I'm sure I've missed one. There's another great album within that. Keep the Faith, that was it. It was actually Keep the Faith, the last tour that I saw them on. But it was just great to see them at that time in their career. Say that you were there, say that you saw all of those bands, and just remember what festival life used to be like in the 80s. So there is my rambling reminiscence. So we've done Queen, and we've done Donington Park, Monsters of Rock, 1985. So maybe next time I'll tell you about Green Day and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who were both great in very, very different ways. Off to reminisce some more. Take care, catch you soon, thank you, and goodbye.